Quick question, and I need you to be honest. How many times have you picked up your phone in the last hour? Don't lie. 3 times? 5? You don't even remember, because at this point it's basically a reflex. Someone sneezes next to you. You check your phone. An awkward silence in a conversation. You check your phone. You're literally watching a video right now, and there's a 40% chance another tab is open. We are hooked. All of us. And nobody actually thinks about what happens the day that hook gets cut. Not slowed down. Not broken. Cut. Gone. What happens to a world that forgot how to function without the internet? The day the internet decides to stop showing up? It is not pretty, but it is very, very interesting. Let's get into it. Here are the ground rules for today's scenario. Tomorrow morning, the internet disappears. Completely. Globally. Instantly. Every website, offline. Every server, dark. Every app that needs a connection, useless. Every cloud system, every streaming service, every digital payment network, gone. Now here's what stays. Electricity still works. Your phone still works as a phone for local calls only. Computers still work. TVs still broadcast. Radios still transmit. The physical world is fine. It's just disconnected. Think of it like this. Imagine you built the tallest skyscraper in the world. And one morning you wake up and all the elevators are gone. The building is still there. But try getting anywhere without the elevators. That's the world we're about to walk through. Floor by floor. The hard way. At 6:47 a.m., the first thing most people will do is absolutely nothing useful. They will stare at their loading screen. Refresh. Stare. Refresh again. Turn the Wi-Fi off. Turn it back on. Turn the phone off. Turn it back on. Stare at the loading screen like it owes them money. This is stage 1. We call it denial. Then comes stage 2. They try to Google what's wrong with their internet. Using their internet, which doesn't work, because the internet is gone. I wish I was joking. By 7:30 a.m., the smarter ones have turned on the TV, and that's when it stops being funny, because the news anchor is sitting there with the exact face you make when something has gone very, very wrong. Breaking news. Global internet outage. Unprecedented. No timeline for restoration. And somewhere across the city, a woman is standing at a coffee shop register. Her car doesn't work. Her phone doesn't work. She is staring at a cup of coffee she cannot pay for. She has $4,000 in her bank account, and she cannot buy a $2 coffee. Welcome to day 1. Here's something most people don't realize. The internet we see, social media, YouTube, Google, Netflix, that's the tip of the iceberg. And we just lost the whole thing. By 9 a.m., the financial system is bleeding. Credit card networks are down. Digital banking is down. Crypto is completely inaccessible. The people who spent years telling everyone to ditch the banks and go digital are currently desperately searching for an ATM. The ATM, by the way, also doesn't work, because most ATMs pull data through internet-connected systems. So the only money that works right now is the cash sitting in your wallet, which, if you're under 30, is probably $14 in a loyalty card for a bubble tea shop. Meanwhile, at hospitals, something more serious is happening. Patient records are in the cloud. Drug delivery systems are connected. Monitoring equipment sends data through networks. Doctors and nurses, who are genuinely incredible people, are switching to paper. Handwritten charts. Manual tracking. For some of them, it's a system they trained on 15 years ago and never used since. For younger staff, they are learning on the job. And then comes aviation. Planes already in the air are fine. Their onboard systems are independent. But new departures? Grounded. Every major airport in the world shuts down departures within hours. And the scenes at those airports. Thousands of people. No information boards. No rebooking systems. Just humans standing in very long lines, asking other humans what is happening. Nobody knows. That's the honest answer. By day 3, the shelves start looking different. Not empty. Not yet. But thinner. Supermarkets don't keep 3 months of stock in the back room. They keep 3 days. Because the system restocks automatically. Except, the system is the internet. And the internet is gone. So now, suddenly, companies are trying to do in phone calls and fax machines what they previously did in microseconds. Fax machines, by the way, are back. That ancient device your grandparents used to send blurry documents, it runs on phone lines, not the internet. Which means right now, every fax machine in every dusty office supply closet in every corporation on Earth is suddenly the most important piece of technology in the building. Someone is being sent to Staples to buy fax paper. Now let's talk about jobs, because this one hits differently. About half the global workforce does something that requires internet access. Social media managers, they're done. Software engineers, they have no platforms to build on. Digital marketers, marketing what, to whom, through which channel exactly. YouTubers, podcasters, streamers, influencers. All of them woke up today with a job title and no job. The 24-year-old with 1 million followers who was just about to close a six-figure sponsorship deal is currently applying to work at a grocery store. The grocery store, as we just established, is very important right now. Trillions of dollars in value. Wiped. Not slowly. Overnight. Okay, now here's where it gets genuinely surprising. Radio. Remember radio? The thing that plays in barbershops and taxi cabs and your dad's car? Radio just became the most listened to medium on the planet. People who haven't touched a radio since 2009 are digging one out of the garage. Radio DJs, a species everyone thought was nearly extinct, are suddenly local celebrities. Newspapers. Yes, physical, printed, ink-on-paper newspapers. Sold out by 7 a.m. every single morning. People are standing in line for them, fighting over the last copy. A newspaper. In the year we're living in. I love this planet. Libraries become the most important buildings in every city. People actually go to them. Browse the shelves. Seat. Read. Ask the librarian for help. The librarian, who has been quietly holding it down for decades while everyone declared books dead, is now running the most essential information hub in the community. And then there's the most unexpected twist of all. People start talking to each other. Like really talking. The guy down the street. You've lived next to him for 4 years. You have waved at him maybe twice. Today he knocked on your door to share information he heard on the radio. And you had a 20-minute conversation with your neighbor, whose name you finally learned. It's Gary. Gary is a great guy, it turns out. The scroll, that infinite, addictive, always available escape hatch from real life, is gone. And in its place, presence. Awkward, unfamiliar, kind of wonderful presence. Now stop, because we need to talk about something most people miss entirely. Everyone's focused on the economy, the jobs, the supply chains, the payments. But the most dangerous thing the internet disappearing takes away isn't convenience. It's accountability. A whistleblower could expose a corporation from their laptop in a studio apartment. A journalist could share evidence of corruption with the entire world within minutes. A citizen with a camera could hold power to account with nothing but a video and a data connection. The internet didn't just give us Netflix and memes. It gave ordinary people a megaphone. For the first time in history, one person could speak and billions could listen. Without asking permission, take it away, and the megaphone goes back to the people who already had one. Governments, state broadcasters, the powerful. In open, democratic societies, this is uncomfortable. In some other places on this planet, it's catastrophic. Protests that were being organized online, silenced overnight. Activists who relied on global platforms for protection, suddenly invisible. Journalists who shared stories internationally, now stranded in local silence. The internet didn't just connect the world. It was quietly, imperfectly, but genuinely, a shield. And now it's gone. Let's jump ahead. A few months in, the immediate panic has settled. People have adapted. Humans are annoyingly good at adapting. But now the slower, quieter damage is showing up. Science. Modern science is global. It has to be. A researcher in Lagos shares data with a lab in Seoul. A clinical trial in Brazil updates a database that doctors in Germany use. That entire system is now operating by letter and landline, which means discoveries that took a year now take a decade. A cure that was 6 months away just became 6 years away. Education. In wealthy countries, schools reopen with textbooks. Annoying but manageable. In parts of Africa, South Asia, Latin America, where internet-based learning was the primary way millions of kids access school. It's not inconvenient. It's a generation. An entire generation of children who were finally getting access to education, locked out again. And then there's the loneliness. This one is underestimated. Millions of people with anxiety, depression, and social isolation used online communities as lifelines. Support groups. Fulham. Connections with people who understood what they were going through. Not replacements for real life, but bridges. Those bridges just collapsed. And the global mental health system, which was already overwhelmed before all of this, is now facing something it has never seen before. The internet's disappearance isn't just an economic event. It's a human one. Fast forward a decade. The world works. It always finds a way to work. New regional networks have been built. Smaller, slower, more local. The global economy has reorganized around physical goods and local systems. Craftspeople, farmers, tradespeople, they're the backbone again. Cities feel different. Noisier. More alive. People are out, in public, in each other's business. There are arguments in the market and music in the square, and actual human beings being annoying to each other in real life. Which, honestly, after years of being annoyed at strangers through a screen, it's different. A generation of kids has grown up learning how to read maps, how to have a conversation without a safety net, how to be bored and survive it. These kids are, by certain measures, the most present generation in 50 years. They're also absolutely terrible at anything requiring keyboard. But trade-offs. The world is smaller again. Not in a cozy way, in a real way. Your neighborhood matters more. Your city matters more. The person next to you matters more. Because they're what you've got. Here's the thing I keep coming back to. Nobody built the internet to become the backbone of civilization. It started as a way for universities to share research files. And somehow, through thousands of small decisions made by millions of different people over decades, it became the nervous system of the modern world. Our money runs on it. Our medicine runs on it. Our relationships run on it. Our governments run on it. Our sense of identity runs on it. And none of that was planned. None of it was designed. It just happened. Which means the world's most critical piece of infrastructure, the one that everything else depends on, was an accident. A beautiful, brilliant, messy, world-changing accident. And maybe that's the most human thing about it. We built something extraordinary. Then we handed it our entire lives. Then we forgot we'd done it. So the next time you reach for your phone out of habit, and you will probably in the next 10 minutes, maybe just notice it. Notice how automatic it is. Notice what you were reaching away from. Notice what was right there in front of you. The internet probably isn't going anywhere. But the question it asks us, quietly, every single day, is whether we're actually here, or just connected. And those two things, it turns out, are not the same. And that's a wrap on today's What If. Drop a comment. Subscribe so you don't miss the next one. See you in the future.